Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, are people actually here? Hi! Hey Britt, hey Kayla, how's everyone doing? So this is a very impromptu, sort of last minute, I feel like, idea that we thought we would just say hi before the lyric video gets launched, which me and the amazing Britt at Network have been working on solidly for the past few days, which has been so cool. We both, it seems, had the same childhood. We both had a crush on Legolas, and I'm well and truly over that. But it was the first poster that I ever had, actually. My uncle got it for me for Christmas, and I had it on the back of my door. And I never had my own room as a kid. I was shared with my twin, and so like wall space was quite fought over, and I don't know what actually ever thought about. I don't think Legolas was ever her type. I think she was more of a sort of Aragorn, sort of more rugged. But back then, I liked me an elf. Anyway, so I hope you enjoy the lyric video, because there are definitely quite a few little Easter eggs of my childhood in there, and it was. I mean, I could have done it in the way of scrapbooks. You just layer and layer. So at some point, you've got to call it. But it was a real joy making it. I feel like it went from being something quite like a really great idea into like just a minefield of fun. So I'm really excited that you guys are going to hear it really soon. I'm like, and watch it. So it's like a double-pronged attack of the song is out and also the lyric video, which I'm really proud of. And I'm also really proud of the song. I was just thinking about it today and thinking about songs that feel sort of bittersweet for me, because it kind of came from my childhood of being in school and feeling quite unseen, I guess, feeling like an outsider. I think a lot of us, most of us, have been in that position at some point in our lives, but school can be the most excruciating version of that feeling. And I, in a way, even though it was sort of, I can imagine that it might have been nice to have felt really included at that time. I think also it was an amazing gift, because I think I properly got a sense of what it is to be an outsider and what it is to be conscious of other people who are outsiders. And I think that it's made me really appreciate all different kinds of people, whether they fit in or not. So thank you everyone for joining. This is so lovely. North Carolina, that's so cool. Argentina, what time is it? That's so cool. So I thought I would play the song at some point, but if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try and keep an eye on the comments and things. But yeah, we've just got a little like a 10-minute hangout before the lyric video is out, and I think in some territories it's already out. I don't know if it's out in Argentina already, but I know that it's out in England, so that's cool, because my Spotify is on English time, so I always get like the notification early. So let's sing it, eh? Let's do what we're here to do. I never got the invites to parties at the pool. Nobody sent me a Valentine when they were going around at school. I didn't have a prom date, it wasn't skinny, it wasn't cool. So I never got the invites to the pool. I never got the invites to the common after class. The girls the boys called pretty tore my confidence apart. They didn't like my clothes, they used to point at them a lot. I was never at the common after class. They have their hot girl summer with their hot girlfriends, drinking hot girl wine with their hot girl men. No, I might not be hot enough for hot girl things. Turns out I wrote a song that the hot girls sing. And I never get the invites to parties in the hills. The girls who picked in high school decorate the windowsills. But everybody lives inside a world the outcasts build. Though we're never at the parties in the hills. They have their hot girl summer with their hot girlfriends, drinking hot girl wine with their hot girl men. And though I might not be hot enough for hot girl things, turns out I wrote a song that the hot girls sing. girlfriends drinking hot girl wine with their hot girl men. And though I might not be hot enough for hot girl things, turns out I wrote a song that the hot girls sing. Woo! There we are. Oh my god, it's so nice. It's weird. I was looking for evidence of me in high school the other day, for the purpose of, like, you know, sharing pictures and things, and I just can't find any, which I think tells you a lot about my time there. I wasn't in the Leavers video. I don't think I think, well, you know, they have like the most likely thing. Of course, the funny thing about all this sort of like yearbook stuff is it's all like a complete, we just copied America with it. So the English don't do it in the same way that the Americans do, but in our school we did it so that everyone had like a most likely to, as some kind of generous, I don't know, people, no one's left out sort of thing. And mine, so I have a twin. I have a red-headed twin. She's very beautiful. She's gorgeous, but she had a very hard time in school. She actually left early. But my most likely was most likely to have a ginger twin, which I think tells you everything you need to know about how invisible I was. And it's funny because I actually did okay at school. I did well at school. Not okay, I did well. I loved English so much. I loved art. I loved history, and I got good grades. And every year there would be like a big summer concert, and I used to play my songs, and we sort of formed a little school band, and I used to play my songs. And even with all of that, apparently the only thing I was going to be was a twin, which I already was. So it's funny. I'm not really in touch with a lot of people from school. I don't know. A lot of people stay in touch with their friends from high school, and I just kind of cut and run, really. I mean, cut and ran. But I've got a couple of friends that are still sort of loosely. But if you have loads of friends from high school, then good for you. I love that. Yearbooks are such. What was your sister's most likely? Very good question. I feel like most likely to have a brunette twin was probably what they did for her. I don't know. You are so pretty and your skin is so beautiful and clear. Thank you, Hayley. That's very kind. Wasn't always the case. I definitely went through my spotty phase. I remember being like, you know, when you're young and you're like, you go to sleep just being like, I wish I could wake up with clear skin. And then it happens and you sort of take it for granted. But thank you for that nice comment. That's very, very sweet. I don't know what my sister's most like. I now have to clearly figure that out. Oh, we've only got a little bit left. We've got about a minute and a bit left until I have to cancel off this and we can all watch the little video together, which I'm so excited about. I always feel a bit sad for those who peaked in high school, says someone called ML. I know what you mean. I actually met someone once who said that, and she said that the best times of her whole life were in school. So she must have had a really, really great time. And her interpretation of that was that, well, there's no worries, that you don't have any, you know, bills or taxes or anything like that. And I get that. So she must have had like a really great time, because if you had a really great time in high school, then the rest of life is going to be crap, because I don't know. Well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Some people kind of transform it. I don't know. It's a funny one. Because I've met people that, you know, in high school, perhaps they would have treated me like, you know, like the invisible. They may have treated me as such, but then, you know, even people that were bullies in high school, they a lot of them learned the rough way, that, you know, that wasn't the way to be. And I know that a few people who've received letters from their school bullies, you know, apologizing and stuff. So I think that high school is, it's just a rough place for everybody. I don't think anyone can be hopefully not held to their behavior in high school. But then again, I was always sort of fairly lucky when it came to bullies. I didn't really get point, you know, what I focused on. I was sort of just on the outskirts. And I had a brother, so I could defend myself. I think they could sense. It was funny because my sister was always pretty unlucky with that, but nothing ever happened when I was there. So I think that they knew that I would probably lose the plot if they ever touched her. It was funny what we do. We stand up for our siblings. There's like a kind of like primal thing. Anyway, I'm completely wandering and meandering. I should probably leave now and we can all watch it together. I'm so excited. How do I leave?